are at Black Diamond, round 5 for OXCR. Way out, at least from where I live anyway, it's way out. We come from Indiana. So the first question you might ask yourself is, where's the mud? We were expecting a complete mud race, and as you can see, conditions were literally perfect. Overcast, and the track was just in awesome condition. Just a little bit of moisture. Really not many wet spots. It was just absolutely awesome. Super fun day. At least until I got lost, it was a fun day. But it was a fun day anyway. So as you can see, got the whole shot again this week, which was good. This little section right here was pretty slick. During the race, we've seen a couple of people down along this section. There was a few spots that really a little bit slick. So that guy there is he's in the senior class. So decided I would try to tag along with him for a while, but I don't need to stay ahead of him. He's not in my class. Quite a few bridge crossings on this track. Something different, a lot of fun. The track had a lot of flow to it, I thought. Pretty high speed, actually. We ride a lot of tight technical stuff, so it's a little change of pace for us to have a track that's a little bit more high speed like this. And pretty much the whole track was what I would call high speed. Really flowy. The woods were beautiful. Gotta be careful. There's definitely some rocks hidden around. Later in the race, a lot of the rocks started coming up, so I had to be a little bit aware of that. Not sure what that bike on the right was doing over there. Maybe just sightseeing. The bike is handling really good, actually. Wasn't too hard to keep up here. I think we pulled away from the whole row pretty quick. I didn't hear anybody. There was definitely nobody on me. I didn't hear any bikes behind me, so I think we were scooting along pretty good.
Thank you.
It's super fun down in here, down in these bottoms. The dirt was just awesome, and the track was really fast, really, like I said, just flowed really well. Little challenging at times here to follow the arrows because, like you can see here, some of this didn't have trails, which is good. You just had to keep your eyes open. Always fun to come out of the bright sunlight and into the woods. Takes a second for your eyes to adjust. It kind of cost me a couple of seconds there. Another little bottom section down in here. A lot of fun, and again, the dirt was just perfect down in here. Kind of missed my line there a little bit. Let my front wheel get up over that rut a little bit. It's all good. This section right here definitely had some rocks you had to be a little bit careful of. kind of felt a couple of times the rim hit a rock and kind of sweating it a little bit. I thought I could have got a pinch flat, but luckily I made it this far with I made it the whole race with no flats, so that was good. Section right here was never really could get a good flow through this section right here. The ruts were just kind of weird, and it's like maybe the ruts weren't made by bikes or something, because you just couldn't. I couldn't anyway really just get a good feel for this section right here. It was really hard to get any flow through there. You can tell I look like I'm really struggling to get through there. Back down into a valley here. The downhills were really fun. There's one downhill that was really big, and it was a lot of fun. I kind of enjoy those big long downhills. Little rocky section here. Once again on a fast section of the track. Just kind of looking for arrows here. So there's the leader of our row, picking his bike up. Check on him real quick. So that puts me back in first place in the whole senior and masters row, and feeling really good, actually really comfortable. My bike's handling good. Track is really fun. There's a spot up here that gets a little sketchy, kind of sneaks up on me, and a couple of lines here that formed later that were a lot faster than going that kind of loop around. Some guys started cutting up through there, and it was definitely faster. Coming out onto some power lines, or at least some kind of an easement. I don't see any power lines there, so it must be maybe a gas line or something. Longer lap times than what we've had here recently. East Fork was a pretty short lap time, and I think I heard someone say this one was about 8 miles. So what was nice about this track is everybody that was there, numbers were down a little bit. I think people thought it was going to be a rain out and be really muddy, and it wasn't. But yeah, with an 8-mile course, it was everybody got spread out pretty good, and really you didn't struggle to get by, slower riders or anything like that. It was a lot of fun. So I typed Black Diamond in on YouTube, and it looks like possibly WXCR races here, because there was some races last year from WXCR, which is a different series than ours, and there's videos of this place, so I assume it's been raced on before, and it looks like it gets ridden on quite a bit. I talked to somebody in the pits that rides here, and so trails get rode here fairly regular. Looks like we just crossed the 4-mile marker, working down into another bottom here. Up here is a little gully that sneaks up on me a little bit. Right there. Yeah, you had to clamp on the brakes pretty quick on the first lap until you realized how big that gully was. Blew my turn there and blew my momentum. I will mention that we don't really have any great footage of the starts because we thought it was going to be pouring rain, and we didn't bring the tripods and that. So if I do a starts video, it's just going to be the videos that my wife took with my cell phone. So sorry about no good starts footage this week. We really expected it to be pouring rain, and thankfully it wasn't. Kind of a fun little section here. Looks like it was a little fresher than some of the other trails, and so this was all fairly new. Here I'm just kind of really just looking for arrows, trying to pick my way through because the trail was definitely not beat in at all. Just kind of just looking for orange arrows in the woods and trying to stay on course and trying to stay in first. Dumb line there, but stuck my way through it. Yep, blew another rut. Alright, so we're going to come up to a spot here in a minute, and I'm going to do a picture-in-picture. This is where I get lost, and apparently rows and rows of people got lost. So we'll do a picture-in-picture here, and so you can see what I seen. So right there, now I'm lost. Look in that picture, there is an arrow that goes kind of straight, but look at the rut. There's a perfectly formed rut running up to the left, and it looks like every bike ahead of me has taken that rut. So when I get out to this point right here, I pretty much know that I've ridden this already, and I have not made it through scoring. So some bikes just keep going. I'm like, no, I'm not going to keep going because I know that we missed the track. So, yeah. What's the best way to blow a hole shot and a first place ride at this point? You know, get lost. So there's, I think, some of the people in my class, and you know, you try to backtrack and you need to go slow because you know people are going to be coming the wrong way. They're going to think you're going the wrong way. So technically, right now we're both going the wrong way. And yeah, look at this maze. Trails everywhere, so I'm trying to just figure out where we came from. And I'm pretty sure it's this trail because that other one was really muddy. So yep, people are coming this way. Obviously, I'm just disgusted now because time is clicking away, and I feel like we should be going back that way, and then I thought, well, I'll follow those guys. I'm like, nope, I know it's got to be back this way. And out of the corner of my eye, I seen a bike go that way. And so luckily, I seen where the trail went. I have no idea now what place I'm in. And pretty disgusted because, like you had seen, I was pretty much pulling away out in front. So now I'm just totally guessing on where I am, and pretty frustrated with the whole deal. And I know there was a lot of people that got messed up right there. So
People
I
are
think I
losing
stopped
the
and tell
track
this
back
guy,
there.
hey, you know, people are getting lost back there. I know they make some signs that say X or, you know, W for wrong way. So a couple of them would have been nice maybe to have hanging up 20 feet past that turn there. So this grass track section was kind of fun. Once I realized we're actually on the right course again and going the right direction and kind of start focusing on pushing ahead again. Of course, I have no idea now, for instance, what class that guy's in. I'm just going to put my head down and start riding hard again. Just hope for the best. At least you got lost on the first lap, so hopefully you can kind of make up some of the time. I probably just burned at least a minute, I guess. I don't know, but it was a lot. Going the wrong way, poking around, looking around. Then finally turning all the way around, then coming back and getting back on the track, so kind of frustrating. This is probably the highest speed section of the track right here. You could pretty much go as fast as you wanted. This is one of the pro lines here. I did try the other pro line later in the race, probably on my second lap, I think, and when I got about a third of the way up it, there were several bikes laying over and kind of in the course, and so I didn't have any chance of getting up to the top of that second one. So I had to stop and slide my way back down, and wasted some time there. Zach said he took it every lap, so I know he was able to make it up. So here you can see now that I was pretty much all by myself before, and now I have a row of bikes ahead of me, and really not sure what class they're in. I don't really memorize numbers or anything like that, so I don't really know who these guys are for the most part. This was probably my favorite section of the track. I loved this long downhill here. Later in the race, when it got pretty chewed in and you could kind of cruise down it pretty quick, it got really fun. I looked at Zach's footage coming down this hill, and he was hauling down the hill. That was the pro line there on the right, and I didn't really even look at it on the first lap. I decided to just go straight and just kind of follow everybody else. And I'm not sure what happened right here. You know, I'm following, it looks like about 6 or 8 bikes, and think we kind of get off the course here a little bit. And at this point, I'm kind of like, ooh, I know we're off the course. And so I look behind, I let this guy by because I'm getting ready to turn around, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe it looks like everybody's getting back on, so I don't know what happened there. That's another deal of following everybody in front of you and, you know, just kind of getting off the course. I don't think if we cut the track much there, it wasn't much. I think we kind of went up and then back down or something. This little sharp turn at the bottom of this hill was a lot of fun. Pretty much had to come down and basically pretty much lock up both brakes to make this turn. Great track. Conditions were absolutely perfect. So if you missed it, you missed a good one.